Jimmy G. He went on a little mini media tour last week. I think he's trying his best in a kind of passive-aggressive way to push back against the 49ers' plan to squat on him as long as possible, wait for a trade, and maybe cut him right before the start of the regular season. At that point, he'll be a man without a country. Every other depth chart is set. I can't imagine them paying him $25 million this year unless they are very concerned about Trey Lance and they don't want to admit it. How do you think this is going to play out?
I don't have insight into it, unfortunately. I would say that the most likely way it plays out is you have to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo and not get into the second year of Trey Lance watching Jimmy Garoppolo play at a sometimes highly competent, sometimes below average level. If he's sitting behind, again, Aaron Rodgers or, Lamar Jackson, I would say would be the bottom level for Trey Lance of guys that you'd say, okay, let him sit there. But Jimmy doesn't qualify as a guy that I would say, let's put a first-round quarterback draft pick and sit him for 2 years watching this player. Like, if Baker Mayfield was a quarterback in San Francisco right now, I'd say, okay, let's get him out and give Trey Lance his opportunity. He's the second overall pick. You have to use him. You're losing time on his rookie contract, which in some ways, Mike, a quarterback on a rookie contract is the most valuable thing in sports. And the 49ers can't take advantage of it because they're still spending $25 million on that room on a player they're not convinced of. But you have a Super Bowl caliber roster. They have such a Sophie's choice here that it's really interesting when you think about it, that they've gotten themselves into this position. And the last reason they're in that position too, Mike, is because Bill Belichick knocked on their door and left a baby on their doorstep that they probably didn't want. And they took it in and they nurtured it. And the whole time they're like, I don't really love you.
Hey, it all happened at a time when Kyle Shanahan, who didn't scout Patrick Mahomes, didn't do the workup on Mahomes in the 2017 draft when they could have had him or Deshaun Watson, didn't look at quarterbacks. He thought he was getting Kirk Cousins the following year in free agency. And he thought he was getting Cousins up until someone talked him into Jimmy G. He wasn't happy about that. He didn't want Jimmy G. And then, the thinking is last year when they traded up from 12 to 3, he wanted Mac Jones and somebody talked him into Trey Lance. And I think that's the great unknown here. What do they really think about Trey Lance?
Oh, I said two.
They seem to be ready to move on from Jimmy G to Trey Lance, but they're stubborn in their mindset that they can get something for Jimmy G. So they're holding that $25 million cap charge. They're barely $500,000 under the cap right now. They need that money to sign Deebo Samuel if he would decide to stay, which it looks like he's not. They need that money for Nick Bosa. Wouldn't that be the ultimate double whammy if Nick Bosa asks for a trade this week? Those are their two most important players right now, Deebo and Bosa. Spend on those guys while you have the quarterback on the rookie contract.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.